with each experience. And today you can see Sugar Ray Leonard practicing leverage, which makes him a much harder hitter. If you think you see some elements of the great Muhammad Ali, you're right, and they are there for a reason. If you're going to study a craftsman in boxing, you would study the great heavyweight Muhammad Ali. Sugar Ray Leonard, as a young man, sensed that some of the things that Muhammad did in the ring was not showboating at all, but he was practicing these things for a purpose: to upset, to rattle, to anger an opponent. He commented this way.
I have a tendency to use Muhammad Ali's tactics and strategies. I use not only my physical tactics, I use psychology on my opponents. And I will always continue to do these things because they help me to win so far. And I think that I sacrifice a great deal. I get up in the mornings at 5 o'clock, 3 to 4 miles a day, and the torturement that your body takes. You know, people don't realize that those body punches, the vigorous training that you go through with, it takes its toll in the later years.
His single-minded approach also takes a toll on his sparring partners. His brother Roger, a national champion himself as an amateur. When he enters the ring as a sparmate with Sugar Ray, Roger is not a brother for that period of time. And Roger is quick to tell you, Sugar Ray's hitting harder and harder and harder.
Your body, especially in boxing, is up to you to maintain a good conditioned body because your body is your career.
But no life can be all work all the time. This is the house that Sugar Ray bought for his parents in Palmer Park, Maryland, and he goes there often, especially when he has a chance to sit down and enjoy Mom's cooking. He is a student of his game, as we said. He studies constantly, but he also constantly looks for a way to unwind, to refresh himself.
When I'm not in the ring working out hard, I like to just relax. I like, really believe it or not, I like to go fishing once in a while. In fact, I just caught a 7-foot sailfish out in the Florida Keys. I like playing basketball. I like to win. I like people, you know, I respect people. I'm Sugar Ray Leonard in the ring. Outside of the ring, I'm just Ray Leonard. And that's the way I like to be treated. People always say that people on a certain level has a tendency to change, but that doesn't apply to me. As far as my future is concerned, as far as the future of Ray Leonard and his family is concerned, it's already taken care of. As far as my boxing career is to be, let's say, looked at or focused in on, I think it's up to me to do the number on it. It's very hard to predict what's going to happen as far as boxing is concerned because boxing is such a funny career because one punch and it's all over. But the main thing is to be financially secure, and I think that's already taken care of, and I can see the smiles of my mother and father, and when I see them smiling, I can smile also.
Sugar Ray Leonard, who meets Pete Ranzany tomorrow on ABC's Wide World of Sport. On the left, Sugar Ray Leonard, welterweight boxer, undefeated in 23 professional fights, marching toward a chance at the 147-pound World Championship. Leonard, 1976 Olympic gold medal winner, has grown steadily since turning pro, scoring 14 knockouts in his 23 consecutive victories, and in his last bout, won over Tony Schiavone of Kansas City in the fountains of Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. The backdrop for today's bout, the 4th time that Sugar Ray has fought in Las Vegas, and obviously he's been very successful here. His opponent today is a champion, the North American Boxing Federation welterweight champion, Pete Ranzany of Sacramento, California. With a record of 45 wins, 3 losses, and a draw, he has scored 28 knockouts. He's a gamer. He'll go with you from the opening bell. And that's why we think this will be an exciting fight today. Ranzany losing to Pepino Cuevas September last year as he challenged for the WBA title, but he's right back on the peak of form. And today, it is Pete Ranzany defending his North American Boxing Federation welterweight championship. Lean and hard, and you're going in today against a guy who's a gamer, right?
That's true, Keith, but I think I already convinced Pete that I can beat him.
You've maintained a hard training schedule.
Yes, I feel that as long as I'm active, I get sharper. A lot of people say, hey, you're fighting too much, but I'm fighting to keep myself conditioned.
We're live right now, ladies and gentlemen, in the locker room with Ray Leonard. He's loose, he's comfortable, he appears very confident. Are you?
I'm very confident. I'm not cocky, I'm confident.
Said yesterday in a brief feature on ABC's Wide World of Sports that you had taken some things from Sugar Ray Leonard from Muhammad Ali. Now, tell us about this business of handling a man psychologically. I know that you've worked on it. I know you've thought about it.
Well, basically, I try to psych my opponent out. I told Pete Ranzany before the fight, I said, I'm going to knock you out in 3 rounds. And he looked at me, I guess he was somewhat of surprised. And then I came back later on and said, I made a mistake. It'll be 2. So I think the basic psychology has a great effect on the opponent. I hope it'll work in the ring also.
All right, let's get down to the fiscal matters of this thing. You're locked down already for $1 million payday and a chance at a World Boxing Council Championship bout with Wilfredo Benitez. Angelo Dundee, you're the man who's helped shape this whole career and build this fighter. Aren't you taking a risk against a guy like Ranzany?
Well, you take a risk every time you go to the post. You take a risk every time you go do aerobic levels, twist your ankle. No, I think the best thing is going for Ray that he's keeping active. I love a fighter stays active.
All right, I said Ranzany. The man's name is Pete Ranzany, and I suggested he's a gamer. He's also got a lot at stake, this young man from Sacramento, California.
He's a good fighter. See, but there's a fine line there from good to great, and I think I got a great fighter, and I think he's going to be the welterweight champ of the world. But we'll have to show it when the bell rings. I'm going to get out of there, and Ray's going to show him who's the boss.
You've got this one. You talk about one more before the title fight.
Well, that's it. You got to ask the program, and so far, thank God, the program's been fine, Keith, and one guy makes it possible, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Don't you worry a little bit, though, about running out of adrenaline, running out of emotion, running out of enthusiasm, maintaining this kind of a hard schedule?
Well, Keith, fortunately, I keep a reserve tank. I'm always ready, and I'm always in condition, so it's no really big problem.
All right, we'll look forward to seeing what happens today. Sugar, good luck to you.
Thank you, Keith.
We'll spend a moment with Pete Ranzany. Just a moment ago, I called him a challenger, and he is, in a sense, because he, for the first time, is being seen really nationally as a man who can exercise opportunity. He is also a champion. This is his belt. It belongs to him, 147-pound title, North American Boxing Federation. This is your biggest payday and perhaps your biggest opportunity.
Yes, it is. He's not a world champion, but he's got a bigger name than all the champions except Muhammad Ali. So if I beat him, it'll make me like I beat a champ.
You had an opportunity against Cuevas, slipped away from you, but yet you've come back banging.
Yes, I made a mistake and I paid for it. Now I want another chance.
Joey, do you feel he's ready?
I think he is.
Joey Lopes, who has handled him and put him together and shaped him for this opportunity.
Yeah, I think he was ready after that Cuevas fight. He was sorry he didn't listen to his corner, and he's made up for it in the last few fights, and we're ready to go again, Keith.
Of course, there's always that old thing, you know, sitting up in the press box at a ball game, it's easier to say what you ought to do. It's easier to advise out of the corner of the ring, too, and you're going in against a buzzsaw today, Pete.
Yes, but I'm ready for it. I've been training hard, and my desire's up now, so I'm ready.
One of the things we've seen in Sugar Ray Leonard's history is a lot of fighters let him get away to a big lead early. They don't go after him at the first bell.
Well, we're going to try to put the pressure on him. We're going to see what we can do. I doubt if he'll run away with the fight.
Pete Ranzany from Sacramento, California, and several thousand partisans, where Pete Ranzany is a very popular personality. All primed and ready for Sports Pavilion, Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. Championship fight. The man who wears the belt and is the champion is Pete Ranzany. Ranzany with a record of 45-3-1, 28 KOs. He's 27 years of age. He checked in at 147 pounds. He's 5'11". He's from Sacramento, California. He is ranked 6th by the World Boxing Council and 6th by the WBA at 147 pounds. Sugar Ray Leonard,
this is the
23-0, looking for his 24th consecutive victory. He has 14 KOs, 23 years of age. He's 5'10", and he is ranked 2nd by the WBC, 2nd by the WBA. And this afternoon, Sugar Ray goes through a bout that could be a tough one for him, because as we indicated earlier, Ranzany is a gamer, and despite the fact that he holds the belt at 147 pounds of the North American Boxing Federation, he is the underdog, but he has a lot of hometown folks with him, and you can hear them yelling in the background for Ranzany. Now, it's amazing how comparable in height, weight, reach, and everything else these two fighters are. Ranzany has an edge of 1 inch in the height, but from there on, they're just virtually dead even insofar as reach and everything else. So you can see from the tail of the tape, there is no physical advantage for either man. This will be conducted this afternoon under Federation rules, which are the same as Nevada boxing rules. That means a 10-point must system. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. A mandatory 8 count. There will be no standing 8 count. And a fighter cannot be saved by the bell unless it comes after the 12th round. The judges are Art Lurie from Las Vegas, Harold Buck from Las Vegas, Hal Miller from Las Vegas. The referee is Joey Curtis of Las Vegas, and Eddie O'Toole of San Francisco is handling the clock, and the fight is underway. Sugar Ray Leonard, who has, since he won that gold medal in 1976, come on to be one of the most dramatic personalities in all of professional boxing. The question is, will Ranzany let Sugar Ray build the big edge, as we have seen him do so many times in running up 23 consecutive wins? Very few fighters have come out and really gone after Leonard early in the fight, but Ranzany told us he would do it, and it looks like he fully intends to do it. Ranzany, who had a title opportunity against Pepino Cuevas for the WBA 147-pound title, it got away from him. He, in the opinion of ringsiders, had won the first round against Cuevas, but Cuevas got him in the second. Ranzany forcing the fight early. Scheduled for 12. Sugar Ray Leonard in the white trunks, Ranzany in the dark trunks. There's that snapping left hand from Leonard. Pops Ranzany's head back. Ranzany aggressive here in the first round. Pete has 28 knockouts among his 45 victories. Pete able to reach Sugar Ray a couple of times in the early going of this round. Leonard now has reached Ranzany a couple of sharp shots with his left hand. There, so did Leonard. Off that wild exchange, the better blow was by Leonard. There's a hard right hand to the rib cage by Leonard. That one was blocked by Ranzany. That left into Ranzany's face. He's got less than a half minute to go now in round number 1. To his corner, a little smile flickers across his face. There was nothing fancy from Sugar in that first round. He fought relatively flat-footed. Ranzany came to him. There was no reason for him to do a lot of moving. He was able to block most of the firepower that came from Ranzany, but he did absorb some blows from Ranzany. 2 or 3 times the Sacramento fighter able to reach his face. But across the ring, Pete Ranzany's face is quite red from those rocket-like jabs that Leonard landed from the halfway point of the first round. So we have seen the style that Ranzany said he would bring to the ring, that he would be the aggressor, would force the fight, and make sure that Sugar Ray went from here realizing he had been in a fight. It may well be that Ranzany is in the best condition of his career. If he can maintain the pressure, we'll see what happens as the fight wears on, scheduled for 12 rounds. But Sugar Ray Leonard in the first round, quite willing to stay flat-footed, and he was banging away at the end of the round. Okay, here's Ranzany out, still going to it. got to the forehead of Sugar Ray Leonard. That right hand blocked by the shoulder of Leonard. These two met as amateur boxers back in the early 70s in the National AAU tournament, and Leonard beat Ranzany in a decision. They have fought a number of common opponents. Quick left hand and reddens the face of Ranzany, particularly under the left eye. Leonard, hard right, blocked by Ranzany. Pops that left hand into the body. Big crowd from Sacramento came down. There's a hard left hand. Ranzany blinked from that one. Heat remains close to his man. Less than a minute to go in the second round. Neither one of those punches, the right nor the left by Leonard, landed with much authority. That left hand right there did, and so did that one. Right hand just missed him. Caught him on the forehead. Ranzany is certainly not short of courage. He was stunned by the right, but it came boring right back into Leonard. Not a whole lot of movement from Sugar Ray so far in the fight, because Ranzany's been coming right to it. Good right hand to the body by Leonard. The left hand. End of round two. Leonard bolts out of his corner. That excites the crowd, but it's Ranzany who lands the first blows. The left hand was blocked, but the right got to the side ahead of Leonard. And Ranzany is just what we thought he would be. He's a gamer. He's coming right at him. Keep the pressure on. That's the word. You can hear that crowd from Sacramento roaring in the background. Joey Curtis from Las Vegas. The judges are Art Lurie, Harold Buck, and Hal Miller, all Las Vegas. Ranzany going back, knocked him off balance a little bit. He does not appear hurt. So you don't want to get in that position with Leonard. He's a buzzsaw. Ranzany's going to have to move a little more. Except for the left hand. Good right hand by Sugar Ray. starting to wear some on Ranzany, starting to puff him a little bit. He's a gamer. Seconds to go, round 3. Sports Pavilion, Caesar's Palace, hold out capacity. Young man from Sacramento hanging in very well. As we move into round number 4, Ranzany now showing some of the wear and tear over the left eye and the left side of his face from that left hand of Leonard. It's quite puffy, and they put some cream over the left eye, as if indicating there is an abrasion there. So far, no cut visible. Ranzany does have a history of cutting, though not badly. On Sugar Ray Leonard at this point in the fight. In fact, the only real mark I can remember seeing in his professional career was when Geraldo butted him in Baton Rouge. Raised a lump on his head and wobbled him some. There you can see the left eye of Ranzany, very puffy now. Oh, good left hand by Sugar Ray. Oh, another one. Pops one in there, and another one. They seem to lack, however, the snap of Leonard. There's a hard right hand to the jaw by Sugar Ray Leonard. Checking his spots, and has been very accurate so far as we pass the halfway point of round number 4. Scheduled for 12. Oh, hard right hand by Leonard. Ranzany's in trouble. Ranzany's hurt. Seconds to go in the 4th round. It may be over. It should be over. Man's out on his feet. He's unconscious. Finally, Curtis stopped him. To go, 4th round. Sugar Ray Leonard wins his 24th consecutive fight. I thought Joe Curtis might have stopped it a little quicker than he did. Ranzany took a tremendous amount of punishment after that knockdown, and he took a great amount of punishment going into that knockdown, but he appears all right now. So that's something that we have constantly reflected on in Sugar Ray Leonard's case as he has grown up in his boxing career. He learned some 10, 12 fights ago to work on his leverage, and here's your decision with Chuck Hall.
2 minutes, 41 seconds of the 4th round. The winner and new NBAF welterweight champion, Sugar Ray Leonard.
And now they will put the first belt ever as a professional fighter on Sugar Ray Leonard. He is now the welterweight champion of the North American Boxing Federation. And looking at how he stopped Ranzany in slow motion, you can see from this position here that he is starting to load up a little bit. The left hook right there whistled into the point of the chin. He hammered him to the body. Ranzany was hurt. The left hook again to the side of the head, and again to the side of the head, and again and again and again. But the game youngster from Sacramento hung in there until finally he just wilted under the barrage of punishment being handed out by Sugar Ray Leonard. so Leonard continues his march toward the December 1st World Boxing Council welterweight championship fight against Wilfredo Benitez. And down goes Ranzany. And for all intents and purposes, it was over at that point. He did get up to absorb more punishment, and then the referee finally stopped the bout. So Sugar Ray Leonard is now the North American Boxing Federation welterweight champion. All right, we're at ringside with Sugar Ray Leonard, who has just won his 24th consecutive fight. Pretty lady right behind him is his mother, Getha. Angelo Dundee unwrapping him. And there isn't a mark on him. That was a pretty good outing.
Yeah, I like it that way, Keith. I like to go in the ring and come out the same way I look. I give a great deal of credit to Pete Ranzany. He put up a tremendous fight. You know, I don't take anything from him. Like I was saying a long time ago, I'm going to be the champ. I got half of the belt. I want the other half from Benitez.
How does it feel to have a belt around your middle that says champion on it?
It feels better than the regular belt that I wear. A lot better, a lot heavier.
Let's look at some of the slow motion now as you put him away.
Well,
he took a lot of punishment there in that 4th round. His kid's got a lot of guts.
Yeah, he was very determined. I think the left foot was doing a number on him. I kept throwing it, and I was hurting him. I don't think Ranzany figured I would bring the fight to him. I guess a couple times he connected with a good left jab. But you see here, I'm really throwing a number of shots, a lot of combinations. I knew I was in control. I was dominating, and I put something on with the right uppercut.
Now, he said he was going to put the pressure on you, Ray. And he did. He came right at you, but that's pretty much your ballpark, isn't it?
Well, that's true, Keith. I think a lot of people underestimate my punching ability. They figure that I'm just a boxer with a lot of fast hands. But I'm quite sure they began to realize that I can punch also.
Well, you were a boxer with just fast hands when you started. It took you about 10 fights before you really got into the leverage business, didn't it?
I could punch when I first began boxing, but, you know, like in Montreal, I would just beat a guy on points. Now it's a professional fight. I feel that it's a dangerous sport. I like to get in there and get the fight over with and get way back home.
Angelo, you happy? What do you say, boss? A good fight?
That's that line, good and great, and the kid was great tonight.
This is an unusual relationship now. Here you two guys, you were loose, both of you, just...
All of us
as
is more than two, Keith. We got Dave, Jacob, James Morton, my father, this row.
Brother Roger back there, who won his 13th.
We got a bunch of guys work together like a team, Keith, and it works like a charm.
You're a businessman athlete. That's the way I categorized you yesterday. You put this thing together. You're a walking corporation. You've gone into this thing with your eyes wide open, knowing full well that it can't last forever, and you want to prepare yourself for those days when those hands no longer flash.
I'm trying to get as much as I can out of Keith. I feel that you don't let boxing use you, you use boxing. I feel I've been fortunate to have beautiful people, a lovely family, and I think God is on my side at all times.
Kind of fun to work with a youngster like this, isn't it, Angelo?
Oh, it's dynamite. It's a big thrill for him.
Now, you say that you're going to take one more bout before Benitez, huh?
Well, yeah, no. Your hands hurt, Ray?
No problem.
No bruises, no problem.
No
Take another
problem.
shot before Benitez.
Just to keep him home.
That's right. Keep him like he is. See how sharp he looked?
Congratulations.
Check it out, Keith.
You're great people. Look at that. He's got his belt. He's going to eat a big supper now. And Getha, you quit cooking for him. You're going to make him too fat, will you? We'll be right. Here at the Sports Pavilion, Caesar's Palace, after that